Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Pam McKelvey.
I'm Jamie Tucker. Jerry Tate has the night off. After nearly a week of trying, we catch up with the Memphis Light, Gas and Water president tonight to finally get your questions answered. Herman Morris walked away from us earlier this week, but today he stands still to talk about those customer frustrations. News Channel 3's Stephanie Skurlock is on your side live at MLGW headquarters with those long-awaited answers. Thank you, Stephanie. Now, MLGW, meanwhile, is moving people from other departments to help operators answer your calls, your faxes, and your email. There are two good ways to contact MLGW without having to go to the power company's offices. You can simply call MLGW at 544-MLGW. Keep in mind, though, if you use the telephone, you're going to have to wait on hold for a long time. Your best bet, probably to go online. You can send MLGW an email at that address, mlgwresearch@mlgw.org. The Grizzlies' new neighborhood adjacent to the FedEx Forum is having a big party tonight. Beale Street is celebrating a milestone today. It has been 20 years since the redevelopment of the famous street first began. The Hard Rock Cafe is hosting the party. It starts at 6 o'clock tonight. And in addition to the live music, you'll be able to find out who will be receiving a Beale Street brass note on the Walk of Fame down the historic street. Back in 1983, the first club reopened on Beale on this date after sitting silent for years. Investigators are looking into what caused an apartment complex to catch fire this morning in Millington. The Commodore Townhouse complex sustained heavy damage today. Investigators say it all started between the floors of townhouses in the space where the dryer vents are located. In all, 5 units of this complex were destroyed. Prosecutors hope to know within a month if charges will be filed against former University of Tennessee President John Shoemaker. Knox County prosecutors are reviewing a state audit of Shoemaker's expenses. As you'll remember, Shoemaker resigned August 8th amid questions about his spending and his ethics. Shoemaker might have broken criminal statute by allegedly moving events on his personal calendars after they were requested under the state open records law. The UN Security Council finally voted today to approve a plan for post-war Iraq. The unanimous vote came this morning for the U.S.-sponsored resolution. This resolution is aimed at getting more international troops and money for the post-war efforts in Iraq, but some European officials say their support may not immediately mean that they'll be sending help to that country. President Bush met with California's governor-elect Arnold Schwarzenegger today, and each is looking to the other for a lot of favors. News Channel 3's Kelly Kobiea is in Los Angeles with the story. All right, Kevin, thank you. And if you're familiar with that area, you know that robbery and shooting took place in an area that is a busy shopping center filled with people last night. And some people at that Kroger store say they'd never seen anything like this before. Chaos erupted, they say, when the gunfire broke out. People started screaming, running for cover. One store worker who saw the officer shot says the shooting is made worse because it's so close to Christmas.
What do you think? You think that poor man and his family. This is Christmas. Why? There's insurance to cover anything that they would have possibly took out of there. Now, this man might not survive. His family doesn't have him. For what?
He is doing better, though. A bank inside the Kroger store apparently was not the target in this robbery. Bank workers say when they heard the shots, they hid in the vault until it was safe to come back out. The bank had already been closed for the evening. Now, this is not the first time, of course, that an off-duty Memphis police officer has been shot while working as a security guard. In 1997, Officer Don Williams was shot and killed while working at Crumpy's Comedy Club in Frazier. That happened Christmas night. Like Officer Brown, Williams also worked as a Memphis City School officer. The most recent Memphis police officer shot in the line of duty was Officer Anthony Woods. He was shot and killed this past August. He was killed while responding to a domestic disturbance. The Memphis and Shelby County Health Department will start rationing its new supplies of the flu vaccine. From now on, beginning today, only people at high risk will be able to get a shot. That is, of course, because the county supplies at a dangerously low level. Beginning today, here are the people that they will consider high risk. People over the age of 65, those with chronic health conditions, and women who are more than 3 months pregnant. Those all considered high risk. Those all will be allowed be given the vaccine. Now, the flu, of course, is forcing a number of schools across the state of Tennessee to close. Trousdale County schools shut down earlier this week. Also, schools in DeKalb, Overton, and Pickett counties are the latest. They've closed because of the flu. And more may actually follow because health officials say Tennessee's flu outbreak has still not peaked. Usually the flu peaks around January, so we've still got about a month to go. We've already got a lot of schools closing.
Well, the flu bug hit us hard and early this season.